And hello again. We continue from where we left off. For those of you randomly checking in, we're playing this big old map, trying to connect everything, each and every town, all primary industries, and we're making reasonable progress. Those of you that have seen the previous episodes, kind of set up this particular island uh, with the dairy farms kind of done. So next is hooking in the milk. So we're playing FIRS 5.2 and squid fish. Um, oh, it's not too many other things. Random review of new GRFs. I said not many other things, clearly. There's nothing. Um, just because we don't have any upgrades. Not that we should upgrade throughout the game, but okay. Let's let's actually get on with this. So I need to find a place, which is the dairy, to take the milk to, which is kind of no. You take these. Okay. Yeah, exactly. So it's hilarious because I actually played 10 minutes ago and I already don't know what on earth I was doing. So what we'll do is pretty much that's so annoying. I know it's a feature, not a bug. Okay, what if I do this? Yes, then it stays. So we shall create a bunch of milk boats and just clone your what? How did you make minus 45k? Anyway, let's actually get on with things. So take 5, get a bunch of milk boats, clone those, just make sure they come here. I mean, clone their um, directions, stops. Anyway, so do this, go to there, delete that, make a copy, clone this. Okay, I need to make sure that this is not going to be switcherooing around, otherwise we're not going to be friends. Shit. Out. No. You do that. Ah, do this. Why am I sending stuff here? Okay, milk is supposed to come there, that's fine, but this is not supposed to go there, that's not fine. So this is triple and it's fine. Okay, you know what? This is such a major fuck up. Okay, dairy lane off. You know what? I stopped having alcohol almost a year ago. I wasn't this stupid when I was drunk. Jesus fucking Christ. Attempt 6. Get a milk boat. You know what? No. No. Pick this. I can't really cargo type. So the reason why I wanted to do this, what I thought was sensible, was because if I okay, go there, come here, don't go there. Very good. Very smart. Fuck me. Clone. Delete everything. Take the second one. Don't go there. Come here. Very good. Total plane F. Delete everything. Take the third one. Come here instead. Make a clone. Make a non-related clone. Delete everything. Take the fourth one. I have no idea how I managed to be such a brain dead creature. Great. F off. I'm still wondering at this 6 minutes of pure chaos in my brain. Okay. Great. So the next thing we'll want is to deal with the hey, look, a farm randomly popped up. I know this was here and orchards were kind of supposed to be kept for later, and that's absolutely not a problem, but yeah, I give up. This totally wasn't here yesterday, obviously. Totally. I mean, you can't see me, I'm just making faces largely because I am relatively convinced that I added in all the things. No, I don't want another food boat. I need a livestock boat. In which case, we triple F'd up. Okay, what is... Hold on. Bubble. Oh, we don't want that, do we? Actually, cancel. You. Don't do that. Okay, so that sorts half of it. I have no idea what the hell I'm doing. What was in my fuel? Don't even think about refitting the ship. Right, okay. So that is hopefully sorted. Hmm. Unrelated, not stockyard, not steel mill, scrapyard. So I know this is, yeah, I've used these, hooked this into whatever. Fine, I kind of remember. What is this? Fishy, kind of being used. We've not been here. So I'm just terribly badly multitasking. Okay. So orchard. It's the alcohol place. Cider mill. There's one in the middle. We turn off everything else. I have way too many orchards, by which I mean 5. I never liked farms. Okay. So orchard, and I can't see shit because they're colored more or less the same as this. Okay, so this is sorting bits of it, but not the alcohol. This is sorting nothing. Because, so basically, kind of speaking to myself here, but this is being taken apparently. Yes, it is being taken. This is where the whole thing started. Fine. So this is not being dealt with. It's being dealt with. Can we? Like, done a month. Okay, fine. Yes, that's expected. Okay, we need to make. We came from here, right? This is totally not being used. So now it is, because on this, there appears to be a level of discordance going on. That bugs me. And this is just casually in the wrong place for everything. You. Where's a cow boat? That looks like a cow boat. Nope. Are you a cow boat? Not even close. You're a cab. And now I close the. Hope you're enjoying me being a total derp. Okay. So that kind of sorts all the four-legged creatures on this island. Set of islands, because actually 2 of them. Dude. Don't close the map. We're losing so much money on this people thing. Lol. That's cargo distribution. Like, basically, because of cargo dist, everything else is 70 million. Well, I mean, 19, so, you know, 79 million really. And then this is just looking great. Because we're generally making money on most other things. Like, not perfect, I think, but I guess genuinely fine. Yeah. Like, if it wasn't for steel, we'd just be dead. Dead in the water. We said food. I mean, to be honest, it doesn't make any difference whatsoever because the cargo distribution or not, because money is irrelevant in the game. Like, we're not having a money run. I don't really even see the point of money challenges. That's taken care of. I was saying earlier in the game, like kind of at the beginning, that having infrastructure cost being on would be an interesting challenge if infrastructure costs were linear, but they're not. They're, they follow a really weird uh, equation, and while they're not explicitly exponential, it comes close to. Which is to say, you have two items, you pay $4. You have four items, you pay $16. I was like, I can't keep up with that. So this doesn't actually pick up anything. It's great. So much for we're done with the four-legged creatures. I'm clearly done with my 4 brain cells for the day. Okay, so we're not picking up anything because I'm a turtle. Okay, we are picking stuff up. We just haven't kind of gotten around to it, which is not entirely the same. And this is being sorted, but not for the alcohol part. Shh, 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 shh. Fine. Yeah, I was kind of looking for that. That's just a bug. Let's say yes, it doesn't matter. Said this many times, but just in case you're not watching religiously, in the old TT game, if you said yes to such a question and then you didn't actually act on it, you got banned from new gadgets for quite some time. I don't want a milk boat. Not the food boat. But in OTTD, there's no such penalty. Make 3 because this is actually a bigger one. Okay, so I kind of wanted to have a look at that boat. So it's basically a bigger version of this. Which is both good and sad because there's nothing between 400 and 1100. Because this was the last one, we're not getting more. Like I was hoping we'd dump this and this. Like, this is not a huge map. We're not going to be around for thousands of game years, and this is actually not the big one. It's just when was the last time you've been to okay, first Cadiz, which is at this one. So usually Axel is Santorini. But I remember not on that. Okay. So chemicals, different stuff. This okay. We are going to make changes. You're losing an absolute shitload of money. You're almost always empty. Like, this is that's I mean, really, almost all of these should be bumped down to blank. I mean, blank. My brain's totally not functioning today. Okay, you can be bumped up. You can be bumped up. Miami. Okay. I don't really expect any to come in here, being the other ones, but just in case. It's clearly not quite happening, is it? So Meteor, everything's supposed to be Meteor, right? Right, 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 Anakin. Okay, this is Marstein. So stuff is supposed to be Meteor here because that's the smaller one. I'm doing a very bad job at this. Meteor. Okay. Marstein's kind of okay. Fine. You get bumped. I'm just going to send all of these to servicing because there was a bit of a biblical level of chaos here going on. Tower of Babylon sort of crap. So we don't touch this. We don't touch that. We clearly have not done a good job at getting to the what? Because I'm in one group. Okay, fine. Try this again. So that is okay. Maybe bump this, although I'm not sure. So that looks acceptable. That could go up into medium. Any of these 50s look very sus. And then they will get replaced eventually, which is fine. We don't have any bigger ones. But no, why don't we have bigger ones? Two, three, fish. L. Okay. Can we? No. L. It's totally not going to help. Servicing. Big sigh. Okay. So medium is this stuff, right? Everything else is being bumped up. So these need replacing to something bigger. Cat's getting food. She's like, bing, bing. Not China clay. Not alcohol. So that's the thing. Sure, that. Hmm, 50. I'm sure I said I didn't want to poke food. Cape gets the castle point. Yeah, I really don't like this castle point thing. It's just so ancient. What's in L? That's Marshtown. Dude, you are still not doing what I need you to do. I know you are doing what you need to do. You just too close. Just for the lols. But actually, I can lose this up because wait, this is not being set up properly. Fish Island supposed to be meteor. Yes. You are supposed to bump up because you're clearly not being loaded properly. You can bump down because you're losing me money. Okay, you don't need to be that big. Yeah. I mean, food. It's not food. That's 270. Nope. I think this is a missed opportunity. So good. That's a much bigger beast. It's pretty pointless too, because no, whatever. Okay, I don't like this. So this is 11k a year. It's 7k a year. What's the point of this thing? So my problem is that's actually making money. Everything else is losing money. How much is, just out of curiosity, 16K. Yeah, this is where we should have an extra small. So you may or may not hear this. I'm having hiccups. Okay. So we are going to clean up this mess. So Meteor stays as is because we'll just move them. You go service. Fine. And then everything else gets bumped. Well, yeah. And then replace this with and there's no point with this because it's just stupid. So if I did that, send. Like this is losing money. I don't really want to bother with the livestock stuff because apart from 60, why are you here? Oh, it's not going to fly, is it? Oops. So I have a bunch of castle points, which I'm not happy about. Year-old junk. Most of which is actually losing money. Like this is just plain stupid. Like the underused. Cows are so problematic. And I'm not going to bump these up because most of them are very underoccupied. Not relevant, not relevant. Not much going on. These can definitely bump down. And then half of these are going to be re-bumped up later when I start doing farm supplies on this island. Joy. Okay. Yeah, I'll leave that there. Scrap. Santorini, make it bigger. Steel. Could make it bigger. Okay. So, in theory, we're spotted on this island as well. And I'm sure I'll come back in no time realizing that I was mistaken. One thing I'm definitely mistaken about is I need more clay boats. Shiverberry. That's coal, that's not clay. How on earth is this losing 500,000? No idea. Okay, fine. So we've kind of just to finish this off, we did everything apart from farm supplies. Ah, so fiddly, so fiddly. Now Google's pestering me about shit. I mentioned this in whichever of the episodes. Quite the we should not do that. That's very bad. I have an app. Basically tells people that if they get on London Underground at particular spots, as in like, well, you want to get off at Oxford Circus, and then in order to do that, you want to be at the, I don't know, seventh car, third door, that sort of stuff. And while I have some obscure users from faraway lands, it's generally very simple application. Doesn't do much. And Google spams me every week or so with something like text changes in the whatever obscure country that I really doubt anyone uses the app from. Or now some weird changes to merchandising. Like, I don't do merchandising, and you know that. Or rules about applications for kids. Like, bloody app has been there for 10 years, actually 14. It's not targeting kids. Kids don't use this app. Even if kids do use the app, all it does is just displays essentially an over sophisticated CSV file, more or less. So for the manyth time, hopefully this island's done. And if not, we'll come back for some of it. Okay. So that island's done because it's kind of hooked into the previous one that is obviously being used. So this island's not done, but I actually want to go back to this area because before I realized that the island we just hopefully finished was kind of being hooked in obscurely like that. Had been hooked in obscurely. I was kind of coming this way. So you can see there's a weak connection going on between here, but so we have not much time. So I'm thinking let's do this sort of triangle because it seems comparatively small. So this is one pit, one town, one fishy. Yeah, on that. Well, usual. Start with the people part. People. 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 The dog's bigger than the town. I know it's a restriction, so to speak, but it's still hilarious. Okay, what we'll do is find whatever stops here. Food. Not stopping any people thing here. I mean, clearly not, but stopping people thing here. Whopping one count of it. Okay, well, one thing is that we'll need more of this because we'll be hooking things in. And then give me that. So we shall do the following. People. Okay, you can guess what these are. It involves people. So if I do that, just want the map to refresh. Okay. Fine. So that was actually the last ship we ever have. We're not getting any more. Fine. So this is comparatively, haha, very funny. I was about to say this is comparatively simple because there's nothing, and then I realized I was just not showing stuff. So I guess one question is, how do I handle scrapyards on nearby islands? I've not been here. I presume I'm bringing things here, which is precisely what we'll do. Cat is up on the table again, and she knows she's not supposed to be there. I mean, I'm totally not fighting with her over this because she sleeps when I'm awake and she's awake when I sleep, which is to say, in the 1 or 2 hours when we're both awake, I could tell her off. And then when I go to sleep, she just does her thing anyway. Which, before you point out, is a cat. Okay, I'm vaguely confused. Yeah, so these are our islands. My pen is not functioning today. Okay. Don't know why. I actually had sleep. Scrap metal. I am medium scrap metal. So for that, I need a scrap metal dock. Probably not a fish market. Or if I, yeah, call it boneyard. Boneyard. Um, yeah, I did not do a good job on this because there's a hotel. Big. The other thing is, there's a no, plan B. Nope, not airport. Nope, I don't want that. Stupid thing. Okay, well, okay, can we not call this valley because it's a furnace? Furnace. So that's one thing, but I actually wanted to send our friend here and then on a separate thing, send something there. Boneyard, hotel. Oh, this is so badly laid up. Oh, go send it to go away. Boneyard, furnace. Okay. I did not want this whole setup. That still blocks my OCD method. So I need to find whatever stops here. And do that. Okay, that was easy. We want stuff. Like I can't separate the port from the orchard. Like if I put something here, it would just serve literally everything. Well, as much as I hate it. Okay, so that serves the mine. Yeah, exactly. There's nothing stopping there, and we know that. Mm, come on. No, I don't want that. I'm not going to record anymore today. Like, seriously, my brain's not functioning. I don't know why. Like, this finishes in no more than 9 minutes, and then I'll just chill and pretend to be dead for the day. And that's 160. Yeah, it definitely doesn't need to be that big. Medium. Do that. And then I want a similar sized oar boat. Which will do exactly the same and get going. And yeah, like, how do I send engineering supplies from here to there? Without overlap? No, I want to clone and I want a slightly larger one. This is obviously not being managed properly because that's not been replaced. No, I said delete everything. Why are you so stupid? And you lot need replacing. With gift needs to be cape. F me. Okay, good, fine. So we don't have a metal works anywhere near here, do we? There's one there. Okay, well, it's going to be for a future episode, but we'll take. Well, I mean, this particular part's not difficult. I don't think we'll use that, but yeah, it's a bit of a future revamp. Yeah, I will want to make that happen, but I'll probably just axonate half of the hill. Okay, so I have a few more minutes. I want steel, but not that big because this is not using planes. Hello. Steel, I only have XL. Steel L. Okay, you come here. Come here. Go there. Go. And then kind of separately, we need something that takes the goods back. And again, not a big one. Oh, for fuck's sake. Why is this so complicated? Like, why would I ever want to group things that are, but not group things that are identical? Just go away. Okay, I want you to start in the metal where. Great. Okay, I am going to totally stop here. The only thing I'm kind of curious about is getting this sorted, but cat is naughty. Yeah, I can't do that easily. Anyway, I shall continue the next time. Thanks for watching, and apologies for my absolute brain melt. Yeah, continue when I'm more mentally awake. Don't know what happened there. I hope it wasn't too terrible. Anyway, I shall see you next time. Thank you, and bye bye.